Ever wish you had a secret playbook that could make almost anyone like you? Well, what if I told you the FBI, yeah, that FBI, basically wrote one? We're going to crack open the declassified guide from a former agent that breaks down the art of turning strangers and even enemies into friends.
So let's start with the story, and this isn't your average how to make friends at a party situation. Nope. This is a high-stakes, real-life story from the agent's case files involving a captured foreign spy.
Okay, so meet Vladimir. He's a spy, he's been caught with classified documents, and he has sworn, absolutely sworn, that he will never, ever talk. The mission seems pretty much impossible, right?
Now forget everything you've seen in the movies. There were no threats, no bright lights, none of that. Instead, the agent used this really simple but incredibly powerful set of techniques to turn an enemy into someone who actually wanted to open up.
Here was his first move, and it's brilliant. He just showed up. Day after day, he sat across from Vladimir, read the paper, and didn't say a word. He was just there, a totally non-threatening presence, slowly chipping away at the spy's defenses.
And you know what happened? The big breakthrough didn't come from pressure. It came from patience. Vladimir's own curiosity just got the better of him. See, the agent understood the basic physics of human connection, and he let that do all the heavy lifting.
So how did this silent treatment work so well? Well, it all comes down to a really simple, core idea that the author calls the friendship formula. This isn't some kind of magic trick, it's practically science. The formula breaks down building a relationship into 4 key parts, 4 things that you can actually see and, more importantly, control in any situation.
And when you look at it this way, the agent's strategy with Vladimir makes perfect sense. He established proximity, frequency, and duration just by showing up every day. All of that built up the intensity of Vladimir's curiosity until he just had to talk.
Now, to really get that last part, intensity, we have to talk about what happens before we even say a word. You know, our brains are hardwired to make super fast judgments about everyone we meet. Think about it. Before you even say hello, you're broadcasting signals. And those little nonverbal cues are telling everyone around you whether you're a potential friend they can approach or, a foe they should probably avoid. A lot of us, especially if you grew up in a big city, we walk around with what you might call an urban scowl, and we don't even realize it. But if you consciously practice a few key friend signals, you can totally change how people see you right from the get-go.
These aren't just random gestures, they're like a universal biological language of being likable. That eyebrow flash, for example, it's this tiny split-second thing our brains are looking for to confirm someone isn't a threat. It's fascinating.
Okay, so you sent the right nonverbal signals. People can see you're not a threat. Now it's time to actually talk and build on that foundation. This right here, this is what the author calls the golden rule of friendship. It's the ultimate goal of every single one of your interactions. The key is that the focus has to be on them, not on you. And here is a super simple but really powerful way to do that. Instead of saying, "I understand," which, if you notice, makes you the subject, try starting a sentence with, "So you," like, "So you've been working really hard on this." It keeps the focus entirely on them. When people feel like you actually see them and get what they're saying, they feel good. And when they start to associate that good feeling with you, well, they're going to like you more. That's the golden rule in action. It's that simple. So let's pull this out of the spy world for a second. I mean, do these high-level FBI techniques actually work in our everyday lives? Well, some researchers decided to put it to the test in a really common scenario.
A tip is a perfect test, right? It's a direct, measurable reward for good service and, well, for being liked. And the results of these studies show a really clear link between using these principles and getting a better result. Just check this out. Servers who simply introduce themselves by name make on average $2 more per table. That's it. That's all it takes to create that tiny bit of personal connection. It's amazing. And each one of these other actions applies a core idea we've just talked about. A light touch? That builds proximity and trust. Repeating the order? It shows you're listening, which makes them feel validated. And giving out mints creates this little desire to give something back.
So the main takeaway here is that it doesn't matter if you're trying to get a confession from a spy or just ordering a coffee. The basic rules of human connection are the same everywhere. But what happens when our interactions aren't even face-to-face? I mean, think about it.
In a world of emails and texts and DMs, we lose the most powerful tools we have for building trust. There's no eyebrow flash over Slack. There's no head tilt in an email. All that nonverbal stuff just disappears.
So that's your final mission. In this world of screens we all live in, how do you send a friend signal? Because figuring that out might be the next great challenge for these timeless rules of connection. The real question is, what signal are you sending?